A month ago, the local football scene received a piece of news that sent many a manly heart fluttering. The football associations from Singapore and Malaysia agreed to send a team each to play in each other's local leagues.
A lot has been said about restoring nationalistic pride and improving the quality of local football through competition, but FAS President Mr. Zainuddin Nordin tells us that the practical reason of making money is also behind the decision to return to the Malaysian Cup. But before we go into that, will the intense rivalry between the two nations spiral out of control into something ugly?
Offensive images and rude comments were all over the web after the World Cup qualifiers between the two neighbours saw Singapore triumph to the next round of competition. Some Malaysian fans did not take the loss well.
When you lose, you do such thing, it's not showing sportsmanship.
It's kind of a bit sour loser.
On the field, we might be rivals, but off field, we shouldn't be like enemies.
They deface our country flag and they put loser. Or that. I think that's a bit too far.
I think it's best for both sides to actually just enjoy the game, and at the end of the day, perhaps we should behave ourselves.
It's quite a thorny issue.
The return to the Malaysian Cup will increase traffic flow between the two countries, but Mr. Zainuddin acknowledges that could pose some difficulties.
We will always face challenges. I would like to tell you the same thing, because even in Europe, the travelling fans of Europe will always create trouble for the host country, right? So sometimes you will have travelling fans from one country causing trouble in another country, but they are not the majority. There are some minor few hooligans who behave, unfortunately, in a bad way. And I hope Singaporean fans and Malaysian fans will continue to understand that we would want this MOU to result in a more positive development for both sides, especially when it comes to people-to-people relationship.
Such hostility is happening at a time of positive relations between the two countries, with the signing of a historic land swap agreement last year, resolving long-standing disputes that have plagued ties for the past 20 years. Water agreement issues are also taking a back seat. Against such positive climate, Dr. Farish Ainur, a Malaysian political scientist, said that any Singapore-Malaysia cooperation is generally beneficial. He does warn, however, that a strict nationalism may compromise some of that bond.
You go to the match to be emotionally excited, and there's nothing really wrong with that per se. I think what becomes problematic is when that level of excitement or that energy is then channeled perhaps in the direction of a narrow nationalism, whereby it's a case of us against them. Well, yes, I'm less concerned about actual violence, because I think that in the context of Southeast Asia is rare. I think what I am worried about is racism, for example, which is a problem in football in Western Europe, a problem in cricket internationally, and I think that's where we, again, like I said, we do not seem to have appreciated the extent to which these trends, if not kept in check, can really get out of control. By and large, the rivalry is silly, it's juvenile, but I would still regard it as harmless. I don't see how this can impact on economic relations or political relations.
There is no denying that Singapore and Malaysia are close to each other more than just in proximity. We explore the love-hate relationship between the neighbours up next.